Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another round of ORL. And we are here today at the Dutch GP. It's round number 2 of the just started season, and well, after um, just missing out on F2 for the first race, I was visiting the F1 split for a race there because our main caster Milky wasn't there. I'm back here for the B split, and we got the Russian stream last time. Now it's back to English again, and we're just waiting for the lobby to start. To start a qualifying off for the Dutch GP here in Zandvoort at this beautiful new circuit. We've seen it already a few times um, in the esports calendar, of course. Unfortunately, not in real life, but that's something that hopefully follows soon. And yeah, in the meantime, we're here just waiting until lobby start. I think it just started, so we can just quickly switch to the game. There we are. Beautiful. Oh no, that shouldn't show now. I love it when your stuff works. Now we're going. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to show you. Exactly. So here we go for the first lap of qualifying. Of course, here in our well-known view, and there are the first drivers. Who's there today? We've got in the Haas, Can Akinic, Akinci. Akinci? I'm not sure. I think it's Turkish. And he's the winner of last race. That's what I've been informed, or what I've seen from the last stream. So, still in the pits. Let's see what he can deliver, but we can see first man out here, Prakavet's just making through the fast right-hander. Well, expected lap times around Zandvoort in the dry are usually 1.8, low 1.8s, maybe a 1.7.9. That's about Jarno's level. Jarno Opmius, of course. And yeah, I think if somebody of the F2 split reaches the 7.9, the 107.9s, then he would be very, very lucky. But there goes George Alberola for his first time, a 108.4, and so long nobody could beat him. We got Prakavatsa with a 109 just. Then, no, Pichko is not on the hot lap. We've got Shevir Talov on just 10 hundredths of a second off. And just steps at another time. Nicholas now on the timing table. Leonard there with a 109.1. And the two Ferraris going there nearly the same times, both at 108.8. And slowly the timetable is filling. A lot of the guys already out there for the first laps now. And Reese is making something a bit different, trying the medium tire. Out for a run, but most likely not the strategy to go for. But well, you can also always try something different. I mean, they 110, he's pretty far behind, and Pitch could just say 132. That's a valid lap, but not really useful in terms of qualifying pace and qualifying position in the end. And yeah, we'll see then what the others can do. We still got a lot of people in the pits, or just on the out laps. I think Crew 6 is just making his way into the pits again, it looks like. Way too slow for an out lap. There he goes. Now we've got Calcifer down here. Currently also on the fast right-hander here. Really fun section to drive, and now it gets a bit more tricky through this first right turn, then a bit tighter turn. But you've got a really long way out there, and then nearly 180 degrees around here, and the second DRS zone of the circuit, pretty short one too, so there is not much space. Sometimes the track is even pretty tight, so there's not much space on track either to battle. But yeah, that's something you have to live with on this track, and that was an invalidation through the last corner there, unfortunately for Calcifer. And Tarabukin just left the session. Not sure what about that. He retired in the pits. I always want to say disqualified. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's how it is. And yeah, here we go. Got 13 drivers now who finished their first hot lap attempt. There's Tarabukin again, ready with their with his setup hopefully, and back in the game, back in the lobby. We're just waiting for Pitchko, of course, to put in another lap, because that's definitely not his final lap. And there is Akinchi. I'm not sure what I am supposed to call him, because Akinchi sounds yeah, makes kind of sense, but Chan I think would be okay too. Dave sets himself in at 14th with a 110.5, and we've got Svetkov out there. We've got Polyakov not out there. He's pits, of course. Can't read the pit sign there. I'm letting. Ooh, that was a late move. I'm sure that was the Alfa Romeo of Nicholas Obraka, but both of them are out there, so one on it. Oh, that is tight. That is tight, and that's also something on a very short circuit. There's not much space for just getting past, or for just letting pass the other drivers. If you're, for example, on a hot lap during the qualifying, it's just way harder to get out of the way from other people, and yeah. We've got now the first real attempt from Crew 6, who goes a bit wide there. Was not the optimal line, not really hitting the apex. Now this time was closer, but it's still a bit of improvement yet to make. Down into this turn here, and into the long left-hander. You have to be really cautious on the gas pedal there, on the accelerator. And around the last few corners, you just want to carry as much speed as possible, of course. And here you want to steer Celeste to just not get that last bit out of time of your lap. And I guess Crew 6 with a 109.1. And I just saw a jump there. I think that was Daniel Valle up into second. And wait, where is the? Oh yeah, no. Somebody else was in pole before. I'm not sure. Was it Akinchi? I'm not sure. We've got Daniel Valle, of course, in second. Then George Alberola and Chevitalov. Chevitalov. Those names are really. It's a challenge this time to get used to the new ones. Also, we've got the Ruben Pedreno in Prokovats. We know him. Dylan in Dyslexic. Zeb Pitchko. I think that's Josh. Because something else wouldn't really make sense. And John is just on another lap. Well, you can take a look. And yeah, Shervitelov hasn't validated his lap. And that, that was not nice of the Racing Point, but well, Shervitelov could have let a bit more space there or let him pass before the corner, and Well, they could have avoided that accident, but that's how it goes in qualifying, and he for sure goes into pits either way. Pitch gone and all lap there, no, but he set another time of 108.7. And well, that's his top time in currently. With I think he wasn't really confident with a 132. That was just not a time you want to have at this level of racing. And yeah, here we go. Dyslexic getting out of the pits for another lap. And now we see the AlphaTauri of Dave, I think. Yes, Chris in the pits. So Dave going for another hot lap on the medium tire this time. So maybe he was on purpose a bit slower on the softs before and just set a 110.5. To then just go for another run with the mediums and well, do for sure a better time than with the softs. Let's see what he can do. Do we have anybody else with a best time on the mediums? Yes, it's Eden Ruiz still. And Jan Akinci just improves on his time and is really close to that 108 mark. Just 35 thousandths of a second, or 36,000 of a second less, and he would be below this mark, and that would be a really good time then. Most likely unbeatable from most of the guys here, but it looks like a pretty dominant qualifying from him at the moment. Really going for it there. Who's else to watch? And we've got just the lap from Dyslexic here, who shows us great pace, and Dave went instantly into the pits again. Oh no, he didn't. No, he's not in the. He's still in the pits, I think. I'm not really sure anymore about that. I think that before was Crew 6, or am I now completely confused again? And he's getting really tight on track again. The Haas and the Mercedes of, I think, Pichko? No, I think Pichko wouldn't lose space. I think he's on a hot lap. But Dyslexic invalidated his lap. And we can take a look at Pichko. Yeah, he's just starting another hot lap, getting past the racing point, and somebody else just joined. Not sure who that is. But around this beautiful quick bend, and here the track expands here a bit, so you have a bit more room to go into this very wide corner. And yeah, he's taking a bit much dirt with him, and then we see a McLaren who went off there. So not the only one who got some dirt on the tires. And Shivertalov just set another quicker time. At 109.2, so got a bit closer to Jan Akinci, and Daniel Valle I think does still want to improve on his time. Pichko is crossing the line with a 108, improving by 1/10, 108.6. Of course, he was already in 108 pace, but now it's a 106, not 7 anymore. And who else can watch? Leonard is just starting another lap into this first left-hander. It is a really tricky corner, and I think locking up isn't really making you any slower there, because well, I mean, the corner is banked, so you can take it a bit quicker. That's what makes it fun, because it's though a really tight corner, and you have to really be careful with the oversteer at the exit, to just not turn yourself into the wall on the left, even though it's pretty far away, but that can happen. And you know, that was a lot of curb taken there. Sometimes those jumps aren't really useful for the hot lap time, and therefore you shouldn't do that often, because that will most likely just ruin your time. And he's going into the pits again, so it wasn't really a good run for him. Was really confident with it. Thought, alright, let's try another one. There's still a possibility with 3 minutes left. You think maybe it's already getting a bit late, but no, I think even on Spa you could do another lap. But of course, with the pushing in and out of the garage, it would take a bit more time. But no, it's a very short track, as we can see. It's just about a minute to lap, and with the crew animation of in the pits, well, you're about 1:30 or something, so we can expect the drivers to get out pretty late. And Turbo King again left the session. I think something is really wrong with it, but yeah, I am not in the position at the moment to fix that, or to be able to fix that. But we can see now a lot of the guys are out there, especially John Akinci is out there again to try again for another even quicker lap. Maybe let's just watch him on his hot lap then and see if he can set another quicker lap than before and enjoy a full lap on the Zandvoort circuit, especially new build. They even designed a new tarmac for this banked last corner, and this banked last corner was just invented to allow the Formula 1 cars to pass onto the straight with a way higher speed, and to make it even useful for Formula 1 driving. I mean, those cars can't really even reach top speed on this track, unfortunately. But this bank corner helps them a little bit to just get quicker through those last turns, and then in the end have a little bit more speed on the straight. There goes Christopher to the right. Looked a bit dangerous, but was actually the right call, I think, on how to make space for Jan there. And we can see Jan's really chasing Crew 6, maybe even gaining a bit from him. I don't know if he can get a bit of slipstream on the straight, but I think Crew 6 is too far away for that. And there we see Josh making beautiful space, and I mean, it's a pretty tight track. I think we've seen a lot. There were a lot of such overtakes. I know he invalidated the lap, so unfortunately, that's not another quick lap from Jan Akinci. Crew 6 retired, so it's enough for him. So we've got the final lap from Jan. We've got another lap coming in from Alberola. Let's see and wait what this will be. We've got a Shivir Talov. We'll try to go for another lap. Terabukin finishes in 6th, at least at the moment, in provisional 6th. Akinchi's course in provisional pole position. So the only and Shivir Talov just retired from the session, as well as Polyakov and Prakovats. So it's just Alberola, and he is way too slow, I think, for a really a real hot lap temp. So there we go. Maybe no, Daniel Valle has already finished. Josh, one of the only one out on track. I think he is going still for the hot lap. Not sure about that. Let's see. 1.7, 1.8, and it's a bit of improvement. Yes. He's actually pushed himself up into 6th, and most of the guys now got the first times that were shown on the timing table. So about a 108.4, and yeah, that's it for the qualifying. And we can see Jan Akinci is starting from pole position. I have to say, I've already forgot. We started on pole position last time. But there might be a good possibility it was John as well, because he was racing, or he was winning, or he had won in the last race. So let's see what can happen, how that develops. And I mean, we've got Alberola in second, Shevchenko in third, Zvekov in fourth, Daniel Valen in fifth. Also a really quick driver, Josh in sixth. But of course, we've got also a lot of new drivers. So I don't know everyone here. I mean, in the from A split, I know most of the guys because well, they've been either in the F2 split or in the F1 split already, or they've been known from the esports series. But yeah, it looks kind of a bit damp in the pit lane, I have to say, and it's quite cloudy, so there might be a chance of rain. And yeah, Calcifer decided, let's go for it. I finalized my strategy and my setup, and we can head into the race. Let's see which kind of strategies we will see. Let's see which kind of strategies the game will suggest us to go for. Not recommended at every track. At some track, those recommendations aren't even that bad, but it's often just a bit weird what they suggest to do. And here we can see John leading the way for George or George. I don't know if it's even George, because in theory you can have the J as a G2 as George. Alberola and Shevchenko the first the first three. Then we've got Svetkov and Daniel Vale. Not next to each other, but in fourth and fifth. Daniel Vale is next to Josh in sixth. Then we've got Dyslexic and Nicholas in row 4. Terebukin and Pichko in row 5. 11 and 12 are Polyakov and Leonard and Polyakov, that way round. We've got Praka Vats and Kalsifa. Sink Dylan in 4-15 and Krusix in 16. 7-17. Ruben Pedreno in 18. And last but not least, we've got Andrews and Dave Gaming on 19 and 20 in the last row of the grid. And then we've seen some pit strip strategies. And that would be starting on the softs and going to the hards. And I'm just want to get that and change that one, because I saw a bit of screen tearing, and I think that's happening more often to me now. So I'm just gonna turn on VSync for you, that we can see those guys without the cars being torn in half or something. I think it will not cost that much of frames, I hope so. I think we've got a bit less frames than usual, unfortunately, just about 40, 46. Pending where we look at, of course. But we are now heading for the start of the Dutch GP. The cars are lining up. Final check if everyone's lined up correctly. And here we go. 5 lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go. And I think that was a good start from Jan, but also from George Alberola, obviously, because he's already beside him. Going down into turn 1. Was a really good start from him. Maybe can even make it stick around the next few turns, but it looks like Jan is a bit faster through this first part of the track. But amazing start from George, actually. And I think Zvetkov is also already trying for some moves there. We see another time the predicted pit stop strategy, while the telemetry is completely going crazy. I'm not even sure what they did wrong there, because it's just not sorted correctly nowadays, I think. I hope, but there are the intervals, so hopefully we'll see a bit order again. And there goes Alberola again for Akinci, and we see a wave blue flag, which makes absolutely no sense because we're in the first lap of the session. Alberola's already making purple sector number 2. So he is at least as quick as Akinci, but I'm not sure if he can hold on to that, or if that's just the first few laps of pushing. Or yeah, I mean there will be a battle going on as well. Um, what heck happened to John actually on the timing towers? He is in front of his. No, I just don't want to talk about it. There's literally a minus where just can be a plus because elsewhere else it would be just no. Just stop confusing me. There he goes. No, there goes everything. Don't know what is going on again. And or it's just or it's just Yarrick. That would be easier than Shiritalov. Even though now after like saying it 10 times, it kind of works, but it takes a minute. So we've got battles. A few at the background here. Oh, both a moment of the Haas and the Alfa Romeo there. For Nicholas and Pechko. I think Nicholas is fighting back there. Lost a few places at the start, but well, Pechko is known as a quick driver. He usually finishes in the upper midfield, and I think it's also won races last season. But yeah, quite a strong driver, and I hope to see him further up again this time. Currently on the same position as he started on. Of course, there is still a gap to work on, and there's an opponent in reach. And now I think we are actually in lap 3. I think this time the game is not wrong, or it was wrong, but I wasn't paying attention to that. So we can see DRS getting enabled, can we? Yes. There at least, yes, there they go. The rear flaps opening. Still, we've got a big DRS train, so not much overtakes happening, except maybe at the front. But therefore, Alberola needs to really close in. Oh yeah, I think in Russian it might be a bit easier to pronounce, especially because you're, I think, used to similar sounding names. But yeah, I think that's the same in English and everywhere else. There's just some names which every other country can't really pronounce. Here we go. Pichko is really trying to go for it, really attacking down there into the left-hander, but can't really make use of it yet. It's one of the closest on the list at the moment. And a bit lot dirt there. Took a bit lot dirt there, and that could cost him the position. Well, that looks like Leonard has passed. Well, not yet, not already. Pichko still has a word to say there, and just grabs the position in front of Leonard again. That was quite tight for him, taking a lot of dirt there and losing a lot of speed out of the turn. Oh, you're the head of FFW. So, we've got, no, I think we've got more, exactly, Polyakov and Yarrick. So we've got, and is Svetkov in that group too? I'm not sure. Thought he was. At least that's also a Russian name, but or at least a Eastern European name. And we've got already our first penalty. What is it actually? A 3-second penalty, most likely, for... Oh no, 5 seconds for Josh, probably because of speeding in the pit lane. Yes, that's what it looks like. Having a new set of tires there ready. And... and yeah, well, Pichko is still fighting. We've got a big gap between Nicholas and Tarabutin there. Already lost the DRS window. But yeah, we can take a look up front. And Okay, we're all friends. Yeah, I think if you're racing in a that higher tier, you maybe get to know each other, and then we'll just also take a few fun laps, not just the serious ones. Well, of course, I think also a bit of training, practicing with each other, but of course some funny 5-lappers or something for a few minutes. Well, Pitchko looks really close again. Back there, but I'm not sure if he can make the move stick. He's really fighting there. We can take a look at it because now it looks really tight. I'm not sure if he got the better exit, but Nicholas, of course, lost the DRS. That's what I've just told you. So Pitchko can get much closer because he has this advantage, not disadvantage, and will most likely now go for the overtake on the main straight, on the start and finish straight, and there he goes, side by side. Let's see, he is past. Beautiful move just by taking it calmly, and that was really patience just from him, keeping it behind Nicholas there, even though he was faster, but he just couldn't really show it. But I think we can now see that he's already pulling away from Nicholas, and I think there will be a few people following. But he is still really close to Prakavat, nearly in his driving in his gearbox, and just we've got another overtake up there. That will be interesting. And Jarek is past Alberola. Also, that's a nice change there. And there was Leonard and Prakavat battling, and Leonard even dropping down 2 places at the back there. And questions about the top 3 DRS. All of them are still on pretty high ERS levels, so managing it quite well until now. I think there's been not really much fights going on. I mean, we've got this overtake just done here, but apart from that, we've not got really much going on. And we've just got this little pit. I'm not sure what's happened to Josh because he pitted, and Polyakov because probably both of them got damage in some fights at the beginning or after a few laps, and therefore had to pit for a new front wing and of course then a new tire set. So it looked like Tarabikin was falling a bit back there. Don't know what the issue was, but there were 3 people passing behind Pitchka and Niklas on our pass up into 7th and 8th. That's more where I see Pitchko driving. Usually those spots are more his ones, the ones he finishes in. But we've still got the pit stops to go, and I mean we've got a lot of either hard starters or medium starters who may try a different strategy. Maybe a 2-stop for the medium ones. I mean, there's also 2-stop possibility for the soft ones. But as we've seen last time on the 100% race, well, there we've seen that 2-stops can be really good, but it's much more of use if you're on a 100% race and not on a 50% race. Because you just got more time to do your overtakes, and your tires will be longer in the optimum area of their lifetime. So you got a bit more out of them and a bit more pace, which is possible. But yeah, and let's see that. Akanji now made over a second of gap to Jarek in the 2nd spot there, and he also made over a second gap to Daniel Valle. So top 3 are now have now quite comfortable gaps, but Daniel Valle is being chased by George Alberola and Svetkov, Vadim Svetkov, and Pichko, I think. Yeah, he's just closed in into the DRS window of Dyslexic, and well, he's about to drop out. Yeah, now for example, he dropped out of the window, but he gained a bit more time now. I think he should get DRS. Yes, there goes the front wing up, and we can see maybe a smooth overtake here from Dyslexic's teammate. No, it's not enough, unfortunately. He was pretty close, with just about 0.15 seconds of a gap to the drive in front. And now Crew 6 got another penalty for, let's see, it is probably cutting the corner there. And Prakavats goes into the pits, first one to pit for the hard tyre. Let's see if that was a good choice. I'm actually not sure where he was before, but he was for sure further up in the standings than he's now. I don't know if he was driving with the top. Was it top 5 or top 7? I'm not sure about that. I think it was a bit further down before. And let's see, let's maybe take a look further back, because Andrew's pretty close to Seb, and I think he has been for a long time now. So he for sure just wants to make his way past, but at the moment there's not really opportunity for him to finalize that overtake in the end, and therefore we will have to wait a bit. But there goes the next two, Dyslexic and Nicholas, into the pits there. Anyone else who want to join? No, both on the hard tires, and there we go. Andrews down the inside onto Seb, trying to make his move stick, but still side by side into turn number 2, and yeah, there he gives it a go down into turn number 3. It is actually. I'm not even sure that the counting is a bit strange there. I know it's 4 because there's a little left kink before turn number 3 is also counted as a turn, but Andrews can make it stick in front of Seb, and therefore can well put his eyes on Ruben Pedreno, who is at the moment in front of him. And the next one for him to attack and to overtake. But in the meantime, we maybe can take a look at Dylan, Dyslexic's teammate, who Dyslexic went just in the pits. Exactly, and Dylan is now behind Andrei Tarabukin. Well, now we've got the first podium runners for the pit stops. Daniel Valle and Alberola. And let's see where they come out, because I know from them, both those two, those were into position 2 and 3. So we've got those two, of course, and oh, that was a hit. That was definitely a hit, and I'm not sure what. Yeah, there is the end wing, the end plate gone, and I think Dylan and Tarabukin touched there. So that's very unfortunate for Tarabukin, but the other thing is, kind of is fortunate at the same time as well, because he has to do the pit stop either way. He doesn't need to really change his strategy, except if he might try for a medium or another 2-stop, medium soft, soft medium soft something, soft medium. But not sure about that. The soft to hard should stop about now, so there should be no problem for him going into pits now. We can see there's Akinci into the pits now, also taking a stop. That puts Svetkov and Yarek in the lead, and he goes to Rabukin, of course, changing his tires, and there goes Dave against Daniel Valle on track. Daniel Valle just came out of the pits, and well, Dave is in hot pursuit there. of his rear end, even though they're not really fighting for net positions. But where did Akashi get out? He actually get out way further than both George Alberola and Daniel Valley, because there are still 3 people between Akinci and Daniel Valley, and Alberola has also 2 people in front of him. Then there is Daniel Valley. So it seems like the strategy worked for Akinci. I think he's gained even a bit time over the other 2. Yeah, he's I think now 3 seconds, 4 seconds in front, and I mean the rest of the guys still need to pit. But there goes Jarek and Zvetkov and Pitchko, I think. Yes, should be. And that is locked down a bit. And we've got Karlsson and Lennart now, the 2 racing points in the lead of the race. We've got quite a nice fight between Alberola and Dave Gaming there. And Dave Gaming, of course, doesn't really want to let him pass because, well, it's kind of a race for position, but it kind of isn't. Because, well, in theory, they are on the same lap, so they're fighting for their position, but Dave didn't make his pit stop yet, therefore he still has to come into the pits, and therefore he is basically just unnecessarily blocking off Alberola there. But yeah, we'll take him at Alberola a bit of time to get past Dave there. Seems to be defending pretty well. But now maybe with a DRS, while Yari can fight his way further up. But there goes. No, it's just not enough there. It was just not close enough, just could not outbrake him on the hard tires, of course, because, well, they are not as good as the mediums, even though on 15 lap old medium isn't good either. And yeah, from the others, there isn't much going on at the moment. I think she's already approaching the top spots again, and now already again pretty close to 2nd place, and just about well, 0.8 of a second away from 1st place again, from P1. And well, in theory, it just has to wait, and behind those guys, and there goes Josh past Daniel Valley. Actually should be another the other way around, because Daniel Valley, of course, wants to fight back up front again. And there goes Dave, and goes for an attack on Daniel Valley, and I'm not sure if Daniel Valley has damage or something, because he looks way slower than usual. I mean, oh, that was a bit harsh. That cost him a few places too. That is not anymore his podium position. Needs to go around the outside there, not the optimal line. Puts him now into 10th, 8 positions away, or 7 positions away from Akinci, who was the lead, of course, but Daniel Valley, of course, wanted to attack him, but that's not gonna happen with this kind of racing in the midfield. And Alberola still can't make it past Dave, or can he? Maybe, just as I say, with clever ERS and DRS usage, he gets past there and is now in front, and now can play all his cards to just gain a bit of distance to Dave and lower the gap to Jan Akinci again. We've got some fights back there going on. Daniel Valley and Dyslexic going for it, and Dyslexic round the outside gets a bit pushed from Daniel Valley there, but he is not going back. It's nearly not back out of it. just in the last seconds where he had to. But this battle is still not finished. There, there you can see Pitchko. He's literally driving in the back of Dyslexic, and he wants to get past here as quick as possible as well. So yeah, well, if there we go. In front there we see Dave Gaming and Daniel Vella again battling. Oh no, Daniel Vella gets past again, past Dave, but Dave won't let him go that easy. Oh, and that was pretty heartbreaking from Dave there into the turn, and Dyslexic nearly couldn't catch it, but in the end it worked out. No crash so far. We've got John retaking the lead up front there. Didn't really seem hard for him to retake race lead. But he finished his strategy at about halfway through the race. Now we're in lap 19, so that's good for him. I mean, he already positioned himself in the position he wants to be until the end of the race. The only one who can really, or the only ones who can really attack him are the medium and soft runners at the end then. But all the hard to soft runners are still out there on the hard tire, of course. They will need to go for a bit longer, about lap 24, I think. Zeb is, I think, going for the medium to soft strategy, risking it a bit more. And Leonard seems to be as well. Let's see if that is actually quicker, or if that even works out actually. But I think going for 2 soft tires now would be pretty unnecessary, or pretty a waste of time after driving 20 laps on the mediums. While you can split it up way better. I can see another nice battle between Pitchko and Adam Rees. Why is that actually a Renault? Why was it on board with a Renault? And that was actually not what I thought about. Oh. Why do you sometimes see a Renault? What is happening here? I'm randomly switching to Terabakin or Yarek there. But Akinci is still holding first position there. Yarek just could get dangerous to him if he gets into the DRS window, and it looks like no he's dropping back. Time is up and down. We've got just. I know Zeb just went into the pits, so no overtakes happened there on the start and finish straight. At least nothing really important. We can see here Dave Gaming really close, and there we go. Around the outside tries Nicholas an overtake onto him. And can he finalize that overtake there through the fast right-hander? Yes, he is in front. Beautiful move there. Patiently hold his position on the right side next to Dave. And then we maybe switch up to the front, where now Yorick and Akanshi are battling. Going for it. Yorick on just 20% DRS. Akanshi just had a bit more of managing going on there. I think he also just used a bit less of ERS. But of course, Yorick has the tire advantage, and maybe if he makes right use of it, he can even get past. Well, that's just he can if he really makes up for it. I mean, if he's on the soft to medium strategy, if he tries that, that could be really his chance to get past. But he needs to stay in front, of course, too. And we see some other pit stops. And Crucix dropping down the order. What happened there? Oh, into the first turn. We had a little incident with Crucix, it seems like. And but Dylan just overtaking Dave Gaming, and a lot of midfield action there going on. And here in front we've just, I think, we're gonna leave them a bit alone and wait if Yara can close in a bit more. And well, not, oh, whoa, whoa, now he gets close. Now, well, maybe we'll stick a bit longer on board those two guys here. Seeing the winner perspective also, or the front perspective of the race a bit more. And well, if something interesting happens, we can also just quickly switch back through the camera. Got Prakavas pretty close to somebody else, to Leonard. To Rabukin probably on an overtake now. Yes, there we go. And yeah, that's so far Polyakov pretty close there. On the soft tires also. Pretty good setup from him there. Pretty different try, I think. There goes Polya. No, not yet. Who else is battling at the moment? Of course, got our front two here battling. Deciding basically the win between each other. And who's gonna come out first? I guess Yarrick really on the chase there, getting really close, but cannot outbrake him. Even though on the medium tires. Maybe could have braked a bit later. But in the end he decided against it, so maybe also trying to play it safe, of course, because if John brakes a bit earlier and he brakes a bit later, he could just ram his own car into the back of John's. That wouldn't be of big use if you're in a fight for P2, P1 or P2. But yeah, let's leave them alone a bit. Let's look at some tighter gaps. For example, we've got here Pitchko. Just was a bit closer. I think that's a three-way battle. Maybe? Is it? With Daniel Valle, Dyslexic and Pitchko. Which is taking place right here. And well, it will be really interesting who decides this one for himself. Pitchko showing a good race already. Oh, wait. We've got a swap in the leaders. There is Yarrick. Oh, Yarrick got past. Yarrick finally, as I switch away. I think that's commentator's curse, basically. As long as I'm on board, he can't overtake. That's Yarrick past and into P1. And if he can make this one-stop strategy work on those medium tires, if he hasn't pushed too much, because I think he's aiming for one-stop. He just pitted on lap 16, I think, onto the mediums. So you're going for 20 laps on the mediums, and that's what others did already. I think Dylan, for example, went for about that strategy, or Leonard, I'm not sure. And yeah, let's see how long he can keep that in front. How long he can keep the tire advantage in his favor, because of course, as the mediums start degrading, he will get slower, and to some point even slower than the hard tire, if he gets to a degradation point which is really high. But yeah, that's the lead change now. Maybe something interesting, a bit of a twist, just a bit of strategy, of course. I mean, where did he start? Let's see how much position change in third. Ah, exactly. Yeah, we've seen him and I think Daniel Valle. No. Daniel Valle started in fifth. That's why he is there. Who lost out? It is George Alberola, of course. Yes, he was in second. Lost out now about 11 seconds through, I think, missed overtakes. and or not missed, but overtakes that didn't really quite work out, as Daniel Valle had the problem as well. For example, getting past Dave, who's now in 19th, and Crucix's teammate is in 20th position. Adam Ruiz gets a 3-second time penalty there at this very moment, and we've got now 4 3-second time penalties. Some people already did their 5-second stop and go penalty in the pit lane, so they won't be applied after the race anymore. And no, I didn't mean to disable that. I wanted to go back to the tire view there. And as it stands, it still looks like Jarek is way quicker on the soft, on the medium tires than, or not way, but quick enough to keep it in front of Jan. Maybe we'll see revenge later on, or a re-overtake for the lead. We need to have an eye on that while we're watching other overtakes happening here. There's Dylan pretty close to Zab. We've seen some overtakes on Zab already. If this overtake works out for Dylan, he unites the McLaren again, currently being in a bit of a sandwich. There he goes. Just took a bit of a look there, not really decided to go for it. And here we go. We can see, I think, if you're on board, the game is much more balanced for being on board and not being in the spectator perspective. And there goes Dylan down the inside of the last and first turn and makes it stick, gets past Zeb there. And yeah, takes 16th place, reunites the McLarens at the front, and yeah, for sure looks to fight up a bit more than just into 16th place. In the meantime, I think Pichko made one place. Ruben Tarabaki now in 11th. Jan is getting a bit closer again. Zvekov and Daniel Valle holding their positions, but this Alexic looks close. Maybe we will see 2 Ferrari overtakes just after each other. Hope you of course go for the Ferrari team. After the last finish was 11 and 12, so just out of the points. A finish in 6th place would be good for Dyslexic especially. And for Dylan, it's at the moment not really going that well. But yeah, we'll see about that, how that works out in the end. And well, as our leaders pass the line now, we should have 7 laps left, 30 of 36. And oh wait, they were pretty close there. I think I nearly missed an overtake, but in the end it didn't work out, so we've got an overtake from Nicholas there, just to replace it, and that's Nicholas against Pichko. Pichko locks up quite much there, and well, the game shows Pichko overtook, but no, he didn't, he was already in front. So no big change there. Pichko defends his position. Polyakov gets past Ruben Pedreno. Oh, and there was a front wing flying around. From who is the question? Is it Ruben's? Nope. Is it Polyakov's? I think it is. It is the left front wing of Polyakov, who has gone missing. And yeah, that's unfortunate, of course, because we've been so far into the race, and now losing on the front wing will making him, of course, much more attackable. And the thing is, he just fought himself up there, position for position. I think he was in P18 or something, and fought himself up into P13 now. But with this front wing damage, he is of course a bit slower again, and the cars behind are already looking for the overtake possibility onto Polyakov, and trying their best there to get past. And how that looks, we can see on board here with Ruben Pedreno, who both of them lock up, but you can just see that having a missing end player front wing really makes it way harder for you to get through the corners quickly. And Adam Rees tries a bit of a different line through there. Oh, and you can see there a lot of oversteer can be dangerous and smashing you in the left hand wall. But yeah, this different line was just for avoiding Ruben, and though guaranteeing a quick corner exit in the end, even though your entry is a bit shitty, but you can't do anything about that if there's a car in front. And yeah, but Jarek can still hold it in front against John, even though John has got much closer. He's now just with a 3 to 4 tenths gap, and that's about it. Oh, let's see. Let us surprise. There goes Ruben, I think, for another overtake. Of course, there he goes into the black Mercedes. We see him passing there. Oh, well, Polyakov maybe tries to go for it again. Aaron Ruiz and Sink Dylan are fighting, and Dylan gets past Ruiz. But can he hold it? Yes, even around the outside here, he can hold on to it. And now he's of course looking for Polyakov, getting past there, because of course he wants to make as many places as he can until the end of the race. He's on really fresh softs, or not really fresh anymore. Seb is on way fresher softs, but on fresher softs than Polyakov, and therefore he should be able to make the move stick really soon. Not here, not yet. Maybe on the start finish straight. Is Ruben Pedreno already out of the window? Yes, he is. Polyakov isn't close enough anymore. Even though he's on softs, but softs probably degraded already that much that he is that he isn't really faster than the hard anymore. And there goes Dylan down the inside. Oh, really brakes much later. Oh, and Polyakov really dives into the corner there at the end, and again to kind of still get the best out of the line, because well, Dylan was past there anyway, and we can see Tarabakin maybe making an overtake there, pretty close already, or just preparing for one on the next finish straight. And Josh is now past Polyakov. And well, in the meantime, top times look interesting. Oh, and we've got a incident up front there. I think Jarek was either he went off track or he went into the turn to the and got caught by the high curbs on the inside. It has now a 2-second distance to John, but oh, John is a real gentleman and lets him pass again. I think they probably had a little incident, and touched, and well, Jarek spun, but well, they've got enough gap to George Alberola. Still 7.6 seconds. So well, John can just leave Jarek pass again and do the overtake properly. Maybe this time already, but that's how you should race, of course. I mean, It's not natural that you give the position back as you force someone off track, or you hit someone and let him spin round. And well, especially because we're on the nearly on the penultimate lap. There'll be just a few overtakes more until the end of the race. Oh, and we see really Calcifer going in there with a kind of a dive bomb, not really, but really, really tough stuff there. Trying giving it everything. I mean, those drivers know that there is not much time left anymore. Going for those overtakes, and well, there is just one lap remaining after those first two guys cross the line, and well, here goes Daniel Valle and Dyslexic, and we've got a big fight up here, I think. Still going on. Pitch going 7th. Now Nicholas even involved into the fight. A big crew there, piled up, trying to give it everything, and gotta be really interesting on who's gonna take the most out of that. I mean, look at both of them, how they close into Zvetkov. And now look at Dyslexic, how he outbrakes Daniel Valle, but still through the corner. Daniel Valle was closer, was just faster. And Pichko, tries to go down the inside and spins in the last lap. That's unfortunate for him, but can he hold it in 8th? Can he hold it in 8th? Yes, he can. I think he can. Those cars behind are pretty far away. So Pichko can hold it in 8th, I think, and at least carry home some points. But the views to the upper spots are far away, and a bit of contact there between Nicholas and Dyslexic. Let's see if they can do anything about that, and if there will be a change. But no, that doesn't look like. So that's basically now the last chance for Jan Akinci for the overtake on Yarrick, but else that'll be the race for now. Yarrick Shiratalov wins the race. Jan Akinci in 2nd, George Alberola in 3rd. We've got the Vadim Tsvetkov in 4th, Daniel Valle in 5th, Dyslexic just getting past in 6th, Nicholas in 7th, Pichko in 8th, Prokopov in 9th, Torokin in 10th. We've got Tarabukin actually crashing there. Kalsova in 11th, Leonard in 12th, Dylan in 13th, Ruben Pedreno in 14th, Josh 15th, Adam Ruiz in 16th, Polyakov in 17th, Dave in 18th, getting across the line now, Seb in 19th, and Carew 6th, last but not least, coming home now, and still with a few penalties. There he goes over the line. That was an interesting race, especially at the end there. We've seen some nice stuff going on there. And I think that's the Michael Schumacher skin. Is it? Or am I just... That just looks... No, that's not Michael Schumacher. I think I'm talking bullshit. I'm talking a bit weird stuff. But there we can see Yarrick on the top spot, Jan in 2nd, and in 3rd we've got Alberola. Yeah, here are the final classifications of the Dutch GP of the F2, and we scroll down. We also want to see, of course, the back runners and which position they finish, and yeah. There we go. Now I'm just gonna quickly ask if we are going for interviews tonight, and maybe should have checked that earlier, and should have checked that before. But yeah, so far this all looks all right, and I'll have to see whether we go for that now or if we're not gonna do that. Well, either way, in the meantime, we'll maybe I can maybe send you in a quick yeah, ad break, and give over the words to our sponsors at HyperX, and yeah, I'll be right back, and hopefully with an answer if we go for some interviews or if we don't. So stay tuned and see you later then. And we are back with no confirmation. Yes, with confirmation. We are going for interviews. So I think we should be trying to get some drivers in and trying to see some people there. So yeah, hopefully top 3 we're in there. I don't know. I'm not sure if we got everyone on Discord, and yeah, maybe we'll just go down there. So let's wait a few more seconds. If we can get somebody to join us here. I'm just trying to. I think Calcifer thinks there's no one who wants to join us here, so I think we'll be left alone then for this interview session. So yeah, as far as it looks, that's it for the Dutch GP. Oh no, we got one. We got Nicholas. Just looking up positions real quick. So I don't have to remember. Well, I have to remember everything, but so waiting on Nicholas. trying to get him into the yeah, not yet. So, there we go. There we've got one candidate for an interview. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you after the race? It was quite intense.
Yeah, that was great fun. I really enjoyed that. It was probably the best league race, not only that I've driven, but that I've been a part of. That was really quite exciting.
Yeah, I mean, finished 7. One up on your qualifying position. Well, let's start with qualifying. How did it go? Well, with what expectation did you go into it, and well, how good was your result in the end?
Yeah, so qualifying, I think I was 8th, and I was fairly happy with that. The same as where I qualified last week, and I don't think I could have gotten much more out of it. It was a bit difficult because the track is so short, people were everywhere. But 8th, I was fairly happy with. That's probably where I deserved to be, so I was happy with that.
Yeah, all right. And then start of the race, there was a lot of not mess, but I think a lot of overtakes at the front. We've got a nice start from Marlboro, I remember. So how did it go at the beginning for you? And yeah, what strategy did you opt for?
Yeah, at the beginning, honestly, my start wasn't great, but it was okay because people were doing varying strategies, and then obviously we're all in a DRS train. But yeah, I dropped to 11th, I think, and then managed to pick my way back through up to 8th, and then on the last lap, I think the Haas ahead of me got spun, which was a bit of a shame for him. But it was a great battle, and the strategy was always going to be soft hard there. But yeah, overall a great race.
Yeah, about the soft hard, that's what we thought, but I think we've seen a lot. The winner strategy was actually a soft medium, as far as I remember. So yeah, Sherital won on the, was it the medium? Yes, it was the medium tire, exactly. And you know, that was Pitchka, I think, the Haas who spun out, but he fortunately he caught himself into 8th because you 4, I think. Daniel Valley, dyslexic, you and Pitchko 4, yes. You 4 were battling, and you got a bit quite big gap, so Pitchko could fight his 8th position and bring it over the line then. So yeah, then thank you for joining. Congrats to 7th place. That should be 1, 2, 4, 6 points for
thank you.
The championship, and yeah, then hopefully we'll see you again next time. I'm actually not sure where we're gonna race because I think I've not got a race calendar yet.
I'm pretty sure it's Austria, but thank you for the interview and thank you for today.
Yeah, sure. Then yeah, that's it for today's stream too. We'll see you next time. I'm not sure when we're live again, but for sure if you just leave a follow at the Twitter and YouTube channels of the ORL, you won't miss a thing. And yeah, I'll leave you to it. That was the Dutch GP of the Split B, and I'll see you next time. Until then, see ya guys.